I agree my views. We will have a liberal message from such outstanding politicians like Maher. And today I want to discuss a few events of that American politics and foreign policy and what's happening abroad. So might be of interest to my viewers. Actually, today I start with that event that happened in Los Angeles area where Channel 35, Los Angeles city officials city channel, showed Democratic Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, Mayor of Los Angeles, throwing that Los Angeles City Council member Zayn into water during introduction to a pool. That was really funny. But actually, I believe that Mr. Zayn, Los Angeles City Council member, Jesus, all this, I wanted to swim in the pool, as he was actually opposed raising taxes, and he said that he wouldn't agree with raising taxes as state and federal government decided to raise taxes. But they don't understand that the city of Los Angeles will actually have a budget deficit of $200 million, according to Chief Financial Officer Miguel Santana. And unless Los Angeles City government manages to come up with resources, we will actually face fiscal insolvency and will run out of live money, simply, to pay city workers, to pay city government members, senior members, and also city workers as well. And actually, I believe that this week, Los Angeles City Council adopted number of adopted proposal 4. Proposal 4, but actually put some items on a ballot and will consider raising taxes on those hotel rooms and transfer documents and parking meters, transfer document transfer fee, and number of fees that City of Los Angeles government decided to raise. Well, actually, yeah. In terms of fighting budget deficit, I believe that at least 49% of Los Angelinos, 50% or 49% of Angelinos will actually go along raising taxes. And I believe that it's because 49% of Angelinos voted for Proposition O to raise taxes about $2 per each barrel of oil being produced in Los Angeles County. Well, this proposition lost by 1%, as been mentioned today by Chief Financial Officer Miguel Santana, Chief Financial Officer of the City of Los Angeles, Miguel Santana. Well, actually, I believe that still, if you put it on a ballot, and I believe that Angelinos will actually will have at least 50% of voters will actually voted for this issue, for issue of raising taxes against those wealthy oil producer manufacturers. As a Liberal Democrat, I announced my decision to run for Los Angeles City Council and from District 8, South Central Los Angeles. And I promised to actually create more jobs by raising taxes against gasoline selling corporations and oil producer manufacturers. Raising taxes against those gasoline producer manufacturers and gasoline selling corporations, 50% up. Also, will raise tax against wealthy homeowners, about 50% up. Wealthy, I mean those who make more than $100,000. And also will cut taxes for small business owners, for middle class homeowners, will cut taxes about 40%. In order to have ambivalent politics of social justice. And I believe cutting taxes for small business, for cutting taxes for middle class homeowners will make less than $100,000 per individual basis, per individual annual basis. It actually is a very good idea. It's the idea of social justice, and it will work, I believe. That is from my liberal point of view. Today I want to also give an example of it, some event of foreign policy, not foreign policy, event that happened in Russia, in country of my origin, where in Siberia, in the Tyumen district, a number of members of Russian kolkhoz, collective farm, been refused agricultural milk and cow collective farm, with members of collective farm, been refused to be paid salaries for a few months. So they addressed the district attorney's office in that Tyumen district. But I don't know, still our family was stubborn there. Therefore, practices of not paying salaries to workers, which been present during presidency of first Russian president Boris Yeltsin, were still present now during even third term of Vladimir Putin's most imperialist rule. And I believe that actually violation of human rights which happened there. In Russia, where the members of a collective fund are not being paid salaries for months. And actually this is a kind of event, a very negative event in Russian life actually. In spite of all those assurances from the Russian public that wages being paid on time, still such occasions of not paying wages on time, do occur in Vladimir Putin's Russia, unfortunately. Well, what else I want to add? Now I want to cover with Republican rally of that right-wing extremist Texan Congressman Ron Paul, the one that actually didn't care about the wealthy. He sided with the wealthy people. He told them to end the Fed. He told the federal government to get out of business. He wanted to repeal drug regulations, drug laws, in order to allow, of course, the government stay away from business, so that drug offenders would be able to sell dope to the public without government preventing it. Therefore, I believe that Republican Representative Ron Paul is now a right-wing extremist being financed by narco mafia, and he actually loud speak of narco mobsters. And actually, this guy is definitely an example of unbridled Republican right-wing extremism, which is based on narco mafia and attempts to move government out of business, so the government would get in hand when dope dealers sell narcotics. This is outrageous. I must say that the drug will stay in place and remain as long as American people retain their sanity. And I believe that actually such right-wing extremists, Democrats should take on such right-wing extremists like Ron Paul and try to unseat him this November. And I believe it's a very smart thing to do, to take on all those right-wing heads of narco mafia and right-wing extremists like Todd Akin or Ron Paul, and try to unseat him this November or whatever elections are coming. And I also promised to run a very liberal campaign, trying to win the seat of Los Angeles City Council member from District 8, from south side of Los Angeles. And I believe that my campaign will be very liberal. And in spite of low voter turnout, that about the last one was about 17% of voters showed up at the election polls. I hope that to create new job for workers, but the government will be able, Los Angeles government will be able to create new job for workers, like city job, like a police officer job, contractor's job, janitor's job, and construction workers jobs, and firefighter's job. the result of raising tax against all gasoline cell manufacturers and gasoline cell oil producing manufacturers. As last time, about 2 years ago, 49% of Angelians voted for this proposition of it failed by 1%. But hopefully this time, proposition, to raise taxes will actually prevail. In spite of resistance of right-wingers who sold out to narco-mafia in imperialist circles. Well, actually, I want to remind that, actually I think it's with Ron Paul, I think that government should get out of the business. They say that go talk to those poor workers, poor unemployed people. I'll tell Representative right-wing extremist Ron Paul. Go talk to those unemployed people who can't find their job, who live off government unemployment checks. To discuss your right-wing extremism with them. Let's see how they understand your right-wing extremism. Well, Mr. Ron Paul is being paid by federal government, but he was under subversive element, I believe, paid on narco-mafia, and it was only undermined the work of federal agencies. He was audited the Fed, and got our crazy ideas, want to repeal drug laws. It's probably being paid by narco-mafiosos, but actually finance his electoral campaigns. And this outrageous and disgrace that Democrats don't take on this right-wing extremists like Congressman Ron Paul is. Well, I hope my viewers will actually will send your feedbacks on my YouTube website, or my actually email, my mailbox, freeliberal@offlink.net, or call me on my cellular phone 323-445-1600 in order to leave your messages. Most I think will be intelligent and civilized. Well, hopefully. So we'll be able to discuss your ideas, your fresh ideas, and actually, I actually very much need feedbacks, constructive feedbacks, civilized feedbacks from my viewers, which I actually ask them, to take me seriously, and well, actually, we'll try to lead a civilized discussion, because I don't want to, to ostracize my, views, and don't want to ask those hoodlums, to not to call me. Okay, thank you so much for your attention, and I will be waiting for civilized and constructive feedback. Again, my phone number is, the contact phone number is 323-445-1600. Thank you so much for your attention.